Hi fans of high quality entertainment and Black Sabbath. What I'm going to do is two things. I am going to rank the first 8 Black Sabbath albums, the 8 with Ozzy before he left. I'm not including, later of course I know they recorded 13 years and years later, but I just want to talk about the first 8 albums because, and then when Dio took over, nothing against Dio, I've heard some of the music, it sounds good, but I just couldn't completely connect with it because I'm just an Ozzy guy when it comes to Black Sabbath. I love hearing his vocals. I never even followed Ozzy's solo career that much, but when he was in Black Sabbath, he was incredible. I don't rehearse this, by the way, as you can tell. So, the 8 albums are Black Sabbath, Paranoid, Master of Reality, Volume 4, Sabotage, missed one, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Technical Ecstasy, and Never Say Die. So I'm going to rank them, and then I'm going to rank all 8 album covers from my least favorite to my favorite. My least favorite Black Sabbath album. Please understand, I still love the album. And some of you are going to be surprised because yesterday I was doing an unboxing of some new CDs, and I had just purchased Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die, and in the video I even say they're kind of mediocre, they weren't my favorites. I listened to them last night for the first time in a while, remastered versions, and you'll see. Anyway, my least favorite is Volume 4. I've just never completely connected with it, unlike most of the other Black Sabbath albums. But I love Wheels of Confusion, Tomorrow Never Knows, Tomorrow's Dream, Changes, which some fans don't care for because it's kind of a ballady, Black Sabbath doing ballads. Even Effects, you know, they did really wacky, weird things on some of their the original Black Sabbath. On each album there was usually one track that was completely different than everything else, and on this one it's FX. But everything, Under the Sun, St. Vitus Dance, it's good, it's really good. It's just not one of my favorites. If I was going to rate this right now, because at some point in the future I'm going to listen to this more, maybe I'll finally connect with it, I would rate this a 7.5 out of 10. My second least favorite Black Sabbath original album series with Ozzy is their debut album, which I thoroughly enjoy. I love Black Sabbath, the first song, Wasp, Behind the Wall of Sleep, basically, NIB, Wicked World, lots of great guitar work by Tony Iommi on this. I've connected with it, but it's you know, I love this album, but it's not my favorite, not one of my favorites out of the Black Sabbath ones. But I would give this an 8 out of 10. You're not going to believe this one, folks. Until last night, I would have had this as one of my 2 least favorite albums, but it's gone up. Technical friggin' Ecstasy. I listened to it last night. I enjoyed every track a lot. I think back in the day when I bought it on vinyl, it didn't sound, the production didn't seem as clear or whatever as the earlier Black Sabbath albums. But with this recently remastered version. It sounded great on headphones. Backstreet Kids, You Won't Change Me. It's All Right with Bill Ward on vocals, the drummer. It's a really nice song. It's Beatlesque, and Bill Ward does a great job with the vocals. Gypsy, All Moving Parts Stand Still, Rock and Roll Doctor, She's Gone, and Dirty Women. I'd heard in the past, oh, Dirty Woman, such a great song, and from my memory it was like, I didn't like that, couldn't get into that stuff. But now, I definitely love Technical Ecstasy. I will give this a 9 out of 10. So number 5 out of my favorites, try and be positive here instead of negative. I Don't Believe It. Never Say Die. I always thought that this was even worse than Technical Ecstasy. But last night, out of listening to these two albums, like I said, I love this. I love this even more. I was basically blown away. Never Say Die. I've always loved that song. I've always loved that. But after that, it just, nothing connected with me. And last night, it connected. This is what music can do. It was just amazing. Johnny Blade, what an epic song. And then when it goes into Junior's Eyes, I was like I was kind of shocked. It was like, it sounded like the radio turned on. Is this Black Sabbath? And it had like a funky beat to it. I loved it. I loved it. A hard road. I was watching other YouTube videos with these big Black Sabbath fans doing rankings just like I am. And for the most part, he was positive about even this album, but he was saying that he hates A Hard Road. I don't know. I loved it. Shockwave, Air Dance, Over to You. Even the instrumental Breako, which this other guy also didn't like. You know, it's got horns and everything. It doesn't even sound like Black Sabbath, but I really enjoyed it. And then Swinging the Chain with Bill Ward just belting it out. I love this album. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 volts. I'll do that again. I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. Number 4, which I know is some people's number 1, and I can't blame them because all of these albums are superb. Sweet Leaf, what a great opening track. After Forever. Embryo, I like that. Children of the Grave, what a great guitar riff. Tony Iommi, one of the greatest riff masters of them all. Orchid, Lord of the World, that was the one song I thought it was just okay. Back in the day I thought it was kind of like filler material, but now I love it. And then Solitude, and when I do any research on this online, it's like half and half. So I think it's Bill Ward singing, but some people are saying it's actually Ozzy. So who knows? And then, of course, one of my favorite Black Sabbath songs, Into the Void, with one of my very favorite Black Sabbath, well, one of my favorite guitar riffs of all time. So that is number 4. Number 3, which I think is most fans' number 1. Black Sabbath, Paranoid, although it's supposed to be called War Pigs. It's funny that it was going to be called War Pigs, and then no, Paranoid's the hit single, call it Paranoid, and then it doesn't really match up with, I guess maybe it does a little bit. The guy's paranoid, okay? He's got 3 swords. But this is all great. War Pigs, Paranoid, Planet Caravan, which I never used to like. Near the beginning I thought it was like weird and everything, but I really enjoy it. Iron Man is a classic. Electric Funeral, Hand of Doom. Is it Electric Funeral? I get those confused. Electric Funeral, where they go do, 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 do. They get really heavy at one point. I think it's I'm confused right now. Hand of Doom. I know both songs, but I'm thinking which one that's in. You know, it gets really heavy with the bass drum. Rat Salad with a drum solo, which is very interesting, enjoyable. And Fairies Wear Boots, one of my favorite, once again, one of my favorite Black Sabbath tracks. Number 2. And this was almost like Volume 4. I couldn't completely get into it, but I enjoyed it more than Volume 4. Always have. But now, I think it's like a masterpiece. Oh, and of course, that's a 10 out of 10. This is a masterpiece. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, with probably Ozzy's best vocals. A national acrobat with that riff kind of in the middle, or I guess more near the end. Do 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 do, and then Bill Ward's drums. That might be one of my favorite moments in music. I think I've mentioned that before. Fluff is awesome. Sabracadabra with Rick Wakeman. Killing Yourself to Live, Who Are You? And I think Spiral Architect. How do you pronounce that? I forget. That is one of their classic songs. It's one of my all-time favorite Sabbath songs. Number 1. I've said this for years. Sabotage. One of the heaviest Mother albums of all time. Except for, I guess, his pants aren't too heavy metal. Heavy. But what a Hole in the Sky, what a great opening track. And then, Symptom of the Universe. I think that's my favorite, the greatest riff of all time. Forget what I said just a minute ago. Symptom of the Universe, oh my God. And then Megalomania. It takes a few listens to get, because it's like an epic song. It's like progressive rock, heavy rock combined. And the same with The Writ. They're both just incredible songs. And I don't know how you pronounce it, but Tony Iommi's Superstar? How do you pronounce it? I have no idea. But with the Evilish choir, it works for me. I love it. Am I Going Insane Radio? Kind of like a more commercial track, but it's great. So, my favorite Black Sabbath album at the moment. But I'm telling you, Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die, I'm so impressed with them now. Black Sabbath, they made 8 great albums in a row. Now to rank the album covers quickly, very quickly. We're running out of time. That's a stupid album cover. Okay, my least favorite album cover is Never Say Die, but it's still cool. I don't mind it at all. It's still not a bad album cover. Two robots having sex on an escalator. Kind of a dumb cover. But at the same time, I like the font, you know, for Black Sabbath and Technical Ecstasy, and it's colorful, and it's like eye-catching in a way. It's like, what the heck's going on there? So that's why I prefer it to the other one, because it's a little more original or something, or I don't know. My 6th favorite album cover of Black Sabbath's is Paranoid. It's still a kind of cool cover, and I like the font for Black Sabbath and Paranoid, and it's good. This is also good. They're not, none of these are, oh my god, I love this album cover. But it's a good album cover. It's certainly eye-catching, when, especially on vinyl, I guess. My fourth favorite. This worked for me, especially on vinyl, and it had a little bit of embedding on the lettering on the original vinyl cover. Pretty simple and basic, but it works. My third favorite, which I think I've seen it on the internet as, you know, one of the worst album covers for bands, but I think it's mainly because of what Billboard is wearing. But at the time, I don't know, it all looks cool to me. And then Ozzy in his kimono, and of course that's not the actual back cover. I wish they would put the original back cover on the back cover. There it is, there on the booklet. That's really cool. Front and back. So that really works. If I was rating the whole, you know, I'm just rating the cover. But if it was the whole artwork, then it might go up a bit there. But that's a cool album cover. And a great album. Ooh. I'm changing. I just changed right now. This is my second favorite. It was my first. It's just so creepy. It is. That's Black Sabbath right there. It's like, do you really want to play this record? It's gonna be scary and creepy, just like the Canadian Studmuffin channel. And it reminds me. It's, in a way, it reminds me of this Frank Zappa Hot Rats album cover. Just two females, and it's kind of creepy. I'm freaking out right now just looking at them. Yeah, this is the coolest, right? Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. And then that incredible artwork on the back, too. So that's my favorite Black Sabbath album cover. I would love your thoughts on everything I just rambled on about for like half an hour. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.